Okay guys, my initial video had a lot of things lacking, but it's my first YouTube video. I'm allowed to make a mistake. Anyway, I noticed that the sound was not too good when I posted the video. I noticed that it's hard to differentiate between the tones that I was trying to put together. But I'm too lazy to try and go back to it. I think you get the point. It's a it had the bass has a wide range of tones. Right now, I want to maybe mention a few things I did not mention. Okay, I found out that the body is an ash. It's made of ash, and the neck is maple, and it has, of course, it has the usual Fender growl because of the humbucking pickups. It's standard Fender humbuckers, and it's a badass bridge, really basic bridge that I think they use it in all the Fenders. Badass bridge. And the strings are actually can come on top or can go is body through as well. So the strings can go through here depending on what you want. I like them on top like this because I think it gives I get a punchier sound with that, and of course all of us copy our mentor Marcus, and I'm almost certain that he probably did mention that he gets a punchier sound with the strings on top. Um, the, the the plate here is very important. I know it looks like an aesthetic. It's here for aesthetic reasons, but it's not exactly aesthetic reasons because it has anchor the hand so that when you get your slap is really firm. It really hits the string very hard, and if you hold the string quite down properly, you get a really good clean sound of a slap, a good clean slap sound. To improve on the sound that I was getting compared to the sound that we had before from the previous video, I put my SWR speaker right next to me so that it's not all muffled. Sound is not all muffled like it was before. And this is an LA10 SWR combo that I use at home. My typical rig is it's an old Mac 2 Fender rig with a 14 and a 115. The strange thing about it is that it doesn't. I don't get a really good clean sound on it using this bass, but I do get a clean sound on it using a much cheaper bass, an Ibanez bass, which I will showcase at a later time. That's a really strange thing with it. So I'm also hoping that I will be able to get a better rig at a later time that can do justice on my on this Fender and Marcus Miller Fender. Okay, other thing that I wanted to talk about is most of the things I've learned over the years. What I've learned over the years about the basses. You really do not need a boutique bass. I know there are loyalists of boutique basses. They go and spend $6,000 on a Ken Smith. Nothing against Ken Smith. They sound good. They look good. But I'm a firm believer in getting something that's average because half of the sound that comes out is really how well you play. And of course, you can't go too cheap. A $400 bass, you will, at the end of a gig, you'll be sweating like a runaway slave. So I think I always think if you get something within the range of 1,500 to 3,000 with good advice, you can get all the sound you want. A versatile bass that can cover everything that you need. Over the years, I've had different set types of Fenders. I've had Ken Smiths. I've never had a Sadowski, but I've had a whole range of basses, several Ibanezes, um, and several boutique basses. And I have come to learn that if you get a bass like this one, under $3,000, a Fender Marcus Miller, you have everything you need. This bass uh, uh, as one of the stablest B strings that I know. I mean, the B sounds so really good in almost all the points. You can really get a nice clean sound on the B, a nice deep sound on the B. Yeah. So that's as far as equipment are concerned. About my playing, I'm still learning. I think of course I'm still learning like a lot of other people, but I I've learned most of the things I know by playing intervals. All of that is intervals, and all of these are basically from videos of artists. Um, with the intervals, if you get the Jaco Pastorius modern bass video, it has just about everything that you need to know in terms of how to apply intervals, and you can pick a lot from that one bass, from just about every other thing that every other bass player is showing on video. You can pick it from there. The other thing is by listening to different people, I've I've incorporated some of the things that I like in their styles in my playing. And I have two people, other than Marcus Miller, which I've mentioned so many times. I probably should just not mention Marcus Miller again. But I've learned a lot of things from Marcus Miller and Richard Bonner. Uh, Both of them, I've learned a lot of. I do a lot of muting. It comes naturally in a lot of my playing where I mute a lot. I don't do a lot of. I don't do those ones. I just do a lot of muting, a lot in between my playing. So they say the silent is part of the music, and so I try and incorporate the silent as much as possible by all the mutes. And also, once in a while, I use my nails to pick, just for depending on the mood of the song and what part of the song we are at. And I'm generally a one fret per finger person. And also the other thing that I picked up from Marcus Miller is playing. I don't know if it's a muting that he does, but he does a lot of playing with the thumb. Uh, that's when he's playing tutu. He does a lot of that and a lot of other songs. When the music just goes low, sometimes it goes gets out of climax. So I found myself incorporating that. So watching other people play, other professionals play is definitely a huge plus in terms of developing as a player. I'm still learning and I'm still picking up from better players than me. There's a whole bunch of people on YouTube here that are ridiculously gifted, and I really, strange enough, I've never picked a lot of things from Victor Wooten, who has been the ultimate bass player for a lot of people, except a few double stops. Yeah, some of that I can incorporate in a lot of the bossa nova sound. I do a bit of that, but that's just about what I've picked from him. I never really picked that any other thing from um, Victor Wooten, not too much, because I think he's extremely technical, and I realized that my direction is to sound good and to hold the groove. Uh, Going too technical maybe is beyond me, or it's not what I'm too keen on. So I have Richard Bourne and Marcus Miller as my main mentors. Uh, as far as rig, my next rig that I would like to get, I am a SWR loyalist. And this one that I have here is an LA10, which is perfect for a practice amp at home. I'd like to get a. I had a redhead, a SWR redhead, which was it's a 210 SWR redhead, which is as good as they get in terms of if you want a bass that you can use in a small setting of 300 people or so. Um, I'm hoping that I'll get to a point where I get the bigger SWRs, Goliath, all the big, massive Goliaths, and definitely those ones will do this. Do it justice, which that's the only thing that I lack now in my current gig that I use, a rig that I use, which is an old Fender Mark III. Yeah, so that's all I have for today. Definitely check out this bass. They have the sunburst in terms of color. They have a sunburst. This mine is a sunburst. They have a gray one. They have white. They have a natural color as well. The Marcus Miller original one. I like the sunburst quite a bit because I mean I like the vintage look on it. And they have different colors. I think they have a whole range of them. And you will never go wrong with this bass if you are willing to spend if your price range is within 2500 to 300 2500 to 3000, you can get them actually on eBay for as little as 1500, uh, especially now after Christmas. A lot of people are selling these kind of things as unwanted gifts. It's an opportunity to get a Fender Marcus Miller 5. um, that's all I have for today. Keep the faith and keep playing.